Hello and welcome to yet another YouTube video. One of the places where we are seeing most innovation in the note-taking and productivity space is around like whiteboarding applications and what's called visual note-taking apps. We have seen things like Heptabase, Scrintl, Napkin, and Milanote is an older one. You have things like Miro as well, which are more whiteboarding applications. Fine is another one. And this is new one that I haven't really tested out. So this is a first impression video. I will do a more in-depth tutorial after playing around with it. This application actually reached reached out to me a while ago, but I wasn't able to make the video until now. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to try to make this video. So you can double click anywhere to get a note card. This looks like a note card, and my guess is that the top part here is the title and the text goes down below. So let's actually do let's actually call this org pad. Let's say I wanted to take notes on org pad, then I can press enter and that opens up the note editor. Let's see if there is some backslash functionality. There isn't. What about markdown? No markdown functionality either. But you have a few formatting options. So if I press this right here and I just write something like this, and let's unpress this. So there might be keyboard shortcuts for this. There is actually Control G. So Control G, enter, and that actually turns this into a heading, and I can then continue to write without having a new heading. But it seems like there is just one heading size here. If we hit the plus button, we have the ability to add images, files, videos, tables, website, code, and math and chemistry. So it seems like this is a little more tailored towards students, just given the code and math chemistry right here. Also, the fact that if we jump over to the pricing, that it has a free plan, it has a standard plan, it has a professional plan, but it also has something that is called for school. So it is tailored more towards students. Pricing on this is quite fair. This is in euros, and this is around €6 for unlimited documents, team of 5 members, 3 teams of 5 members. So you can have 3 teams that have 5 members inside of them. That sounds a little weird, but that is the pricing. And this is quite cheap compared to a lot of the other visual note-taking apps on the market. Then we have the professional plan, which gives you 10 gigs of storage, priority support, print to PDF without watermark, and you still get unlimited documents and unlimited teams. You also have an enterprises and institution plan, which you will need to contact them to get a quote on how much that will be. But this plan right here allows for self-hosting, which I know is important to some of my viewers, but my guess is that it is even more expensive. And this is paid monthly. I think there isn't like a clear way to see. I think this is monthly, and then you can save 15% on your annual subscription. So the way they have set up their website is actually by using these whiteboards, which makes the website feel maybe a little weird and hard to navigate. But if we jump back to here, I can press this right here, and what happens then? So it seems like you can have multiple pages. That is actually a really cool thing. So instead of having just one page on this orgpad node, let's say I finished writing something and I wrote something more that might be better suited for a new page, I can actually go ahead and turn to that page and I can continue to add and remove pages. So that is actually a feature I really like. So that is something I really like. Can we actually, let's go back to this page, click this, and it gives me a preview of the note. can collapse it and I can open it back up. So that is my choices right here. Let's actually go ahead and add another note. Let's call this orgpad2. And I can actually click this to change the color, and also I can change the heading size. As I showed you, you can go ahead and you can write in here, but let's try to draw an arrow. Is there an easy way to draw an arrow? So if you hold and drag, you can easily draw an arrow. If you just click and click somewhere else, not into any of these, but if you click on a place within the whiteboard, it will go ahead and create a new card for you. And you can see that these turn into small cards when they don't have any headings. This feels really like a whiteboarding experience, and I can actually turn this into reading mode as well. But it feels really like a whiteboarding experience more than a note-taking experience, even though the founders who reached out called it a note-taking app. This feels more like a whiteboarding experience. You have the ability to print to PDF and export org page or copy into a new org page, or you can go ahead and delete this. So you can actually have multiple of these pages instead of just having one. If I go back to my home, you can see that you could have multiple of these. And on the free plan, you can get 3 org pages and 100 megabytes of uploaded files, and file limit and just storage limit is the word I'm looking for. So I can go in here and let me just test out one more thing. Let's say I wanted to include some photos in here just to see how this application works with photos. Let me go ahead and just upload this. So this isn't too bad, and it actually shows it to me as a photo. This is actually a great thing. So many applications like this will put the photo like inside of the note. That is not necessarily what you want. When I upload a photo to an application like this, a whiteboarding application, I actually want it to be shown like this and not necessarily inside of my page. So that is a great feature. That is something I really do like, because not all applications will do that. But apart from those things, there aren't too many like features here. You have the ability to change your arrows into a double arrow or no arrow. You can change the text. It isn't that feature heavy. This application isn't that feature heavy compared to a lot of the other like note-taking apps I have tested out. And it is still in a early stage, so there might still be some issues. Is there any ability to add text? It doesn't look like it. I mean, usually when you want to add text, you can press T, but it seems like a really simple whiteboarding experience. Let's try out the search on this. So let's actually just write search and search for search. So it actually highlights the search like that. So it opens up the page or the note card. That is how it works. So if we go ahead and write test here, and if we search for test, so there are multiple boards named test. So I can click through and actually see all of the ones that have a test inside of them. It shows the thing in my search, but it doesn't highlight it like it does with the title, which is an issue that an application like Scrintl also had. So that needs a bit of improvement. When it comes to like my thoughts around this, I think my first impressions are that this is a cool whiteboarding application, but it needs some work. On the other hand, the pricing is quite fair, so uh, I would consider paying this much for a couple of months to use the application, but I still think that for me to like use this as my daily driver, as an application that I use on a regular basis, it still needs a lot of work. But if you have looked at my previous like first impressions videos, things like that might change. I might play around with the application and suddenly figure out that this is an amazing application and I really want to use it for everything. So that might change. But my first impressions is that it still needs a bit of work and that it is more of a whiteboarding experience rather than just a note-taking application. That was all for today's video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below and I will try to get to them as soon as I can. Thank you so much for watching today's video.